Durdle Magic. Thank you for tuning in to Durdle Magic. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell if you like the content you see here today, and leave a like and share the video with someone you might think is interested. Leaving those likes really helps us out, but another way to help us out is by using our TCG Player affiliate link below. If you're looking for singles, sealed product, or gaming accessories, please consider using our link to support the channel. We also have some playmats at inkgaming.com. Go ahead and hit the link in the description to check those out. Alright, let's grab some spells and durdle with some magic. Hello and welcome back to Durdle Magic. Today we're playing Arixmethes, I think I said that right, Slumbering Isle. Looking at our opening hand, 2 forest, land searching, pillow fort, and some removal. I think we can keep this for now. So for this deck, I'm not doing sea monsters, I'm not doing combo, I'm doing Tron, because angry islands are the best kind. Comes to our turn, we did get to go first. We get an island. Let's go ahead, play a forest, tap it down, and pass it off to our opponents, and then we'll cover our commander. Our commander, Arixmethes, the tongue twisters, I swear. 2 green-blue for legendary 12/12 Kraken. It enters the battlefield tapped with 5 slumber counters on it. As long as it has a slumber counter on it, it is a land and not a creature. Whenever you cast a spell, you may remove a slumber counter from Arixmethes. Tap to add green and blue to your mana pool. Our first opponent playing a forest is Sisay, Weatherlight Captain. Man, I've run into this a lot. 2 white for legendary 2/2 Human Soldier. It gets 1/1 for each color among other legendary permanents they control, and for Wooburg, you can search your library for a legendary permanent card with a converted mana cost less than her power, put that card onto the battlefield, and then shuffle your library. Our next opponent with a Plains into play is Sidry, Galvanic Genius. Haven't played against this too often. White, blue, black for legendary 2/2 Human Artificer. Blue, target non-creature artifact becomes an artifact creature with power and toughness equal to its converted mana cost on the turn. And white, black, target artifact gains death touch and lifelink on the turn. 2 card combo with the Aetherflux Reservoir does have me a little bit worried. Comes to our turn, we'll cover our other opponent in a minute. Let's go ahead, play the island, and cast Farseek. Island to the battlefield, and we'll pass it off. Our last opponent, Jori and Ruin Diver. Haven't faced one of these before. 1 blue-red for a legendary 2/3 Merfolk Wizard. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, draw a card. Fellwar Stone coming down for Sisay. Soul Ring coming down for Sidry. Just a mountain into play for Jori N. That means it's coming back to our turn. Let's see what we get. It's a forest. That's okay. Let's get that down and go ahead and play our commander. It is Tron. We do want to get it down so it can be not sleepy. And let's pass it off to our opponents. So we will have to cast 5 spells to get all those slumbering counters off. We have 4 currently. Should be able to draw some more. There's some draw in the deck. I am still working on it. Through testing, it did okay. It's a bit of a gimmicky deck, so that's about where I expect it to be. Vivid Marsh into play for Sisay. I do love the Vivid lands. I do actually have come around. I've come around to the opinion they're still better than the Thriving lands, but let me know what you think. Sisay coming down for that player. Untethered Express. Okay, so it could be a crew deck. I mean, that's one way to crew them. That's pretty interesting. I think I like the idea of this deck already. So Untethered Express is 4 for a vehicle. Trample whenever it attacks, put 1/1 counter on it, crew 1. On Jori N's turn, they play Izzet Charm to draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards, so let's see what they discard. They discard a Rewind and a Venser Shaper Savant. Okay then. Jori N coming down for that player. Mox Amber coming down. For the Jori N player, they will draw a card. I'm really intrigued by this vehicle deck for Sidry. That's very interesting. Comes to our turn, we get a command tower. I guess we'll go ahead and play it. Let's use our commander land to drop the Thematic Compass. Slumbering Isle will trigger. We will remove a sleepy counter. Let's go ahead and get another land out of our deck. We'll get a forest this time. And then let's go ahead and play the Mask of Memory. Again, the Slumbering Isle will lose some sand from its eyes. And we'll pass it off to our opponents. Herald of the Pantheon coming down for the Sisay player. It does reference enchantments, so I wonder if it's another shrine deck. I still haven't seen one of those do very well. Off to Sidry's turn. 6 mana available now. Castle Ardenvale coming down. Can make tokens. Sydri coming down. Nice. I wonder how many vehicles they have in there. I wonder if the Parhelion 2's in there as well. Crew 1, here comes the 4-4 train. Let's see where it goes. The Express getting a 1-1 counter when it attacks off into the Sisay player. That works for me. Leave us alone. We're just sleeping over here. Nice, peaceful island. Enjoy the island life. Nothing to see. Damage is good. Off to Jori. Just a land into play for Jori. They pass it off. That means it will be our turn. Hopefully not a land. Alright, Beast Within. That'll work for me. Let's go ahead and play a forest. Get another land out of our deck. This time, let's go ahead and get an island. And then let's go and play Propaganda. This should keep some attacks off us, at least for a little bit. Slumbering Isle triggers like it does. Let's remove a counter. And we'll pass it off. End of turn Thematic Compass will trigger. We have 7 lands in play. Hodin of Cleansing Fire. It's a shrine deck. I hope it does better than I've seen before. I do think it's a really intriguing idea. That's it for Sisay this turn. Off to Sidri. Castle Vantress into play for them. Okay. Sidri being activated to animate the Untethered Express. I keep wanting to call it Adara. I think that's the name of the other one. Train still barreling into Sisay. I guess they're going to be extra cautious about. Sisay unfortunately has a terrible reputation preceding it, even if it is a shrine deck. Damage is good. Sisay down to 30 life. Jorian's turn. Let's see what they do. Slow to develop a little bit. Island into play for them. Jorian still not doing anything. That does have me a little bit worried. They do have 6 cards in hand, so it's not like they need to draw the cards, but still. Comes our turn. We get Collective Restraint. Let's go ahead and play an island. Collective Restraint is from, I don't even remember the name of this set right now. 3 blue domain. Creatures can't attack you unless their controller pays X for each creature they control that's attacking you, where X is the number of basic land types among lands you control. So essentially to 4-mana Propaganda. Great in 5/4 and 3 color. So I do like the card, and it has a few Pilfer cards in here, so let's go ahead and play that. Arixmethes will get down to 1 counter. I like it. And I think we'll just pass it there. There's not much to do. I do hope that we get some evasion. We do have some evasive things in the deck to attach to our island. So I hope we draw one of those pretty quick here, because Mask of Memory will not draw us anything unless we hit the opponent. Sisay's turn. Hodin of Cleansing Fire will trigger 2 life for each shrine they control. Market Festival coming down for Sisay. Enchant land whenever it's tapped. Adds an additional 2 mana of any combination of colors. Pretty good. Sanctum of Shattered Heights. Another shrine. Let's see. 1, discard a land card or a shrine card. It deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, where X is the number of shrines you control. So that will currently be 2 as long as they discard a card. If they have some reanimation, that could actually be fine. Oh, we have a response here out of Jori. Mission briefing. Surveil 2. Choose an instant or sorcery in your graveyard. You may cast it this turn. Alright, so what are they casting? Is that Charm, perhaps? Maybe Rewind? I suppose it could also be Venser. They can just bounce the other shrine back or something like that. Okay, so Jori does choose Rewind. I guess they're going to counter the Sanctum. That's unfortunate. Didn't seem all that bad to me, but I guess if you can get more Sanctums out, or shrines out, it can be very good. Sisay on the attack, off into the Jori player. That seems pretty legit. Jori takes the 3. That is 3 commander. To Sidri's turn. Scrub land into play. Still 5 cards in hand. Not much to do right now. Again, I hope we draw some evasion. Preferably Whisper Silk Cloak. But something like Thassa, God of the Sea, would not be terrible. Parhelion 2. Yep. 1, I love the art. 2, I wish it was in the trailer. 3, we gotta kill it. Alright, here we go then. Can't be having that doing anything unnecessary. Go ahead and remove it. We will have an active commander. Parhelion 2 down. Although that hurts me to do it. The Boros Legion is my home. Alright, that's the end of the turn. Off to Jori. Hopefully Arixmethes does not get bounced or something in the meantime. And we can at least start putting pressure on our opponents. The deck only has about 10 or 11 creatures in it as it is, so we're not going to have much of a board presence. Ponder out of Jori. That seems pretty good. Set up for their next draw. That's it for Jori. Still 6 cards in hand, still very worrisome. Comes our turn, we get Tribute Mage. Alright, one of our tutors. Let's go ahead and play that. That is like one of the 10 creatures in the deck. Tribute Mage, go! Alright, let's see what we can get here. We do have Mask of Avacyn and Trailblazer's Boots. One is evasion, one is protection. I think at this point, we're going to go with the protection. Alright, let's see if we can equip it. Mask of Avacyn to Arixmethes. Ooh, it gets to be equipped. Nice. Still gotta look out for those Psych Rifts, though. Alright, first attack, let's go into the Sidry player. I'm based on its vehicles, but they could have the Aetherflux Reservoir as backup, so... And everybody else has been hit. I don't know, it just seems the most fair to me. We do have a block, that was expected. And we have no evasion just yet, so that's fine. We'll pass it off to our opponents there. We do have a blocker ourselves, which is nice. And if they want to pay the 4 to attack us, they can feel free to do so. Off to Sisay's turn. Hoden of Cleansing Fire will trigger. They will gain 2 life. Zur the Enchanter coming down for Sisay. Nice pick for an enchantment deck, that's for sure. And with that, Sisay is done. Off to Sidry. Let's see what they do. I wonder if they'll resummon the commander or if they have something else they'd be playing. Sidry is in fact coming back down for that player. Silent Submersible. Okay, deals combat damage to the player or planeswalker. You get to draw a card. Crew 2. I do wish it had something like Skulk. It just seems like they missed an opportunity. I mean, it's a submarine. That's it for Sidry's turn. Off to Jori then. I do like the deck. The Shrines deck is actually doing better than any other deck I've seen so far, so that also works out. Jori having all that mana up and 6 cards in hand really just freaks me out. Fabricate, that's a card I actually don't have in here. I need to pick it up. They'll go search their library for an artifact, reveal it, and put it into their hand. Let's see what they reveal with it. They reveal Spellbook. I might actually consider destroying that, I don't know. They go ahead and cast the Spellbook. Jori will get them a new card. Evolving Wilds into play for Jori. Comes to our turn, we draw a forest. We don't need any more lands, so I hope that eventually stops at some point. Let's go ahead and equip the Mask of Memory. Only cost us 1, so why not? Let's go to combat. Keep mana up for the Beast Within, because we have plenty of mana. And I think attack Sisay this time is the thing I want to be doing. Until we get some evasion, I think we'll just go around the table and apply pressure. We'll attack Jori next. Might just not necessarily do it in order, depending on board states, obviously. Jori, again, still scares the just ever-living crap out of me right now. All that instant speed stuff could be very dangerous. Ooh, they take the 13 damage. We do get to draw 2 cards, though, so that's very nice. We get Nature's Claim and Thwart the Enemy. Okay, that's cool. Let's discard the Forest. We don't need any more mana at the moment. Nature's Claim, very good. Thwart the Enemy is a Fog. So, because green and blue is not great on the Pillow Fort, I did add tons of Fogs because green has a lot of those. Plus, we get to cast them repeatedly as we draw them. Helps make our island wake up. Works out great. Off to Sisay's turn. Hoden of Cleansing Fire will trigger. They will gain 2 life. If we can hit them one more time, they can be out of the game. I don't think I want to do that, though. I still want to go around the table. Oh, we have a Path to Exile onto the Zur. Nice. That works out great for us. Zur, I don't know. I've just never liked Zur. Too much stuff. Too many bad decks. Even when they're casual, you just can't trust it. Although, I guess I can't say much. That's how my Feather got dismantled, so... bad feelings all around, I suppose. I wanted to play tap for the Sisay player. Sisay coming at us for 3. That's fine, but they'd have to pay the 4, and we can just untap the attacker. Ooh, Jori killing Sisay with rapid hybridization. Sidry with the Path to Exile beforehand. We have Nature's Claim if we need it. Jeez, Sisay getting the bonk really hard on the head. Oh, that explains it. Sisay redirected their attack at Jori. Okay, I was going to say, but still. Extinguish all hope, destroy all non-enchantment creatures. So, is there anything we can do about that? Nope. I don't run any counter spells. I wanted to keep this cool. Wait, Jori might have a response. Repulse. Return target creature's owner's hand. Alright, so they will save their own commander and draw a card. Pretty good. If I had Echoing Truth, I'd do it on my own commander. So, That's okay though. We'll start destroying other stuff and get our Slumbering Isle back to wake up. Evolving Wilds being cracked by Jori, and in response, again on the stack, they'll go get a land. I think at this point we'll do... Actually, no, never mind. We'll just let it happen. We'll do Nature's Claim after we get back. Slumbering Isle. Blow up their Market Festival. Keep their mana down. Put the Slumbering Isle back into the command zone. Seems good to me. 2 Sidry's turn. Vehicles dodging the Wrath. That's a great thing about the vehicles. Island into play. Sidry coming back down. 2 cards in hand for the Sidry player too, so they are slowly running out of gas. Unfortunately, Jorian's going to have stuff and mana up, and we have to re-equip the Mask of Memory to our Slumbering Isle after a while. By the time that happens, they should have removal, so that is somewhat of a pain. Silent Submersible getting crude. Oh, Untethered Express also getting animated. Okay. Untethered Express off into Jorian, the Submersible off into Sisay. So it will provide some card draw for the Sidry player, so that's good for him. There's the trigger. 3 cards in hand for Sidry now. Damage is good all around. Sisay at 23, Jorian at 30, Sidry still at 40, unfortunately. But we are also still at 40. That is good for us. Jorian's turn. Let's see if they recast their commander, or if they have enough cards in hand where they can just do other things. Reliquary Tower into play, so a spellbook on a land. Jorian coming back down only cost them the 3 because it got bounced. Sidry is being activated. They're going to kill the Mox Amber because it costs 0. Nice play. So that reminds me, it is something we have to look out for. If she animates our equipment, the equipment falls off. So I hope they don't know that. Preordained coming to the stack for Jorian. They will get to draw a card. That, I totally forgot about that. That could be super bad. Comes to Ardern, we get Primal Empathy. That will be very nice. We get to draw some cards as soon as it's awake, and that's why it's in there. Let's go ahead and recast our commander then. Hopefully Jorian does not have a counter spell, but we'll see. Alright, Slumbering Isle into play. Seems good. Let's go ahead and cast our Primal Empathy. Get that down, and we'll pass it off to our opponents, assuming no counter spells. Sweet. Alright, let's pass it off. Sisay's turn, they'll gain 2 life. Sanctum of Calm Waters coming down for them. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you may draw X cards, where X is the number of shrines you control. If you do, discard a card. That's it for Sisay. Off to Sidry's turn. 4 cards in hand currently. Let's see what they'll do. That's a land into play. Inventor's Fair. I do love this land for artifact decks. Pretty good. Becomes a tutor after a while. Sidry doing the puppet thing. Untethered Express being animated. Silent Submersible also being animated. To the attacks, same attacks as last time. Untethered Express barreling its way into the fish. Silent Submersible going to explore the shrines. Damage is good everywhere. Silent Submersible drawing a card for the Sidry player. Jori down to 22. 7 cards in hand though with mana up. Still always a problem. And Sisay down to 23. Adar Express. There's the one I was always thinking of. It's an 8/6 with Menace for 5, Crew 4. Or in this case, blue. 1 with the Machine. Draw cards equal to the highest converted mana cost among artifacts you control. Nice. They'll be drawing 5 cards? Yep, 5 cards. Not bad. Not bad at all. End of turn, Jorian playing Fact or Fiction. They choose the Sisay player. Let's see. Swan Song. That could be bad. Cyclonic Rift. That would also be very bad. The rest of it, not so bad. Cyclonic Rift is probably the one everybody wants to get rid of. Hopefully Sidry has a counter for it, but I don't know. Yeah, just go with that. That's fine. Let them choose the Psych Rift. So we have to maybe figure out a way to get the Psych Rift out of their hand before Arixmethes is not a land anymore. Because it would be protected while it's a land. I just don't know if we can apply that kind of pressure to make them have the Cyclonic Rift. Might have to just play it cool, wait on it, and let our opponents do that work. Temple of the False God into play for the Jorian player. Serum Visions. Okay, they did not keep the Psych Rift. That works for me. Goblin Slide for Jori coming down. 2 red enchantment. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay 1. If you do, create a a 1/1 red goblin creature token with haste. I don't know why I do that with the colors almost every time. Can I have a red 1, please? No. No, you can't. End of Jorian's turn. That means it's rolling over to us. Primal Empathy will not trigger for anything, really, unfortunately. We have no creatures. We get Bident of Thassa, extra draw. That seems interesting, and we could possibly force Sidry to attack with Sidry. Implications are good. Let's go ahead and play it. Alright, let's see if there's any counter spells coming out. No counter spells, that works. So, it has whenever we hit a player, we can draw a card, but it also has 1 blue, tap, creatures your opponents control attack this turn if able. Good to put people in a bad position, especially with our Pillow Fort. I think we just pass it there. If we really want to get Arixmethes down, I think it'll take 1 more turn and we have to draw a non-land. We could play all this stuff if we really needed to in hand, but I don't like to do that necessarily. Over to Sisay's turn. Hodin of Cleansing Fire will trigger. They'll gain 4 life this time because of the Sanctum of Calm Waters. Then they'll be able to draw 2 cards and discard a card. I kind of want to blow it up, but I do want them to stay in the game a little bit longer, just to put pressure on our opponents. Right now, we're fairly well protected from them as far as I know. Sanctum of All. Wooburg, Legendary Enchantment Shrine. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may search your library and or graveyard for a shrine card and put that onto the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. If an ability of another shrine you control triggers while you control 6 or more shrines, that ability triggers an additional time. Yeah, I think we gotta blow that up. Also, the art, though, is freaking amazing. Idyllic Tutor, they're going to go search out something. Let's go ahead and Nature's Claim the Sanctum of All. Slumbering Isle will trigger. We'll take a counter off. With Idyllic Tutor, they get Sanctum of Fruitful Harvest. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, add X mana to your mana pool of any 1 color, where X is the number of shrines you control. 2, Sidry's turn, Inventor's Royal trigger, they'll gain 1 life. Foundry Inspector, artifact spells cost 1 less to cast for Sidry. That'll be pretty good for him. 6 cards in hand for them, by the way. They did draw all those cards off 1 with the machine, so they're probably ready to go. Renegade Freighter coming down for them as well. When it attacks, gets 1/1 trample till end of turn, crew 2, 4/3. Sisay quits the game. Too bad. Sisay was doing pretty well, and I wanted to see what else was happening. They did have 5 cards in hand and everything. Okay, so what we have here is a problem. Jori can bounce our permanents. Sidry can destroy them. So I think we have to kind of pick and choose if they don't want to fight over each other or to each other or what have you. Gonna be a dangerous game. Notably, Sidry also tapped to crew something, so we can't force it into combat, so that's a little bit too bad for us. If they're crewing the vehicles, they mean to attack anyway, so Bident of Thassa not going to do much work at the moment. The other problem with Bident of Thassa is, if they choose to attack into us and choose not to pay, Jori won't have to do anything either. There are the attacks, both off into Jori. Let's see if they block or do anything. We do have a response coming. Evacuation bounces all the creatures. Instant, by the way, in blue. If you're not a fan of Psych Rift, this may be right up your alley. Jori back to the hand of the Jori player. Sidry and their vehicles and the Foundry Inspector back to Sidry's hand. We are fine. Glad that came out when it did. Sidry coming back down. 3 mana only this time. Untethered Express also coming back to the battlefield. That's it for Sidry's turn. I think next turn we'll use Beast Within. Try to blow up something on Jori board, probably their commander. See if we can't get like a counterspell or something out of there. Get Arixmethes set up for next turn. Hopefully they use a lot of their mana on Jori's turn. Equip the mask. I really want to start getting the card draw off the mask and the Bident and the empathy. That should be really good for us. Jori coming back down. Probably just that and they'll pass it, but I hope they spend mana on other things as well. Rune Chanter's Pike. There's something. Goblin Slide will trigger. Let's see if they get a token out of it. They do pay the 1. That is a very hairy goblin. Kind of looks like a donkey. Weird. Okay, so I think we actually want to destroy the Runechanter's Pike instead. They could probably get it back. It's red and blue. But this also makes Jori commander damage very viable, and I don't like that. There it goes, and as haste, time for a Beast Within. There we go. Get rid of the Runechanter's Pike. It will give them an extra defender, though, but I think it'll be worth it in the long run. Oh, we have a Swan Song. Kind of figured that was happening. Okay, so what do I want to do? I'm thinking we'll just play Thwart the enemy so they don't attack us anyway. Arixmethes will become a creature. Next turn, do the attacking thing. Swing, see if we can't get any more removal. We do have a bunch in the deck. Let's see if they have any more counter spells, but at least we get our island to wake up. No more counter spells so far anyway. They get another goblin. Swan Song gives us a bird. That actually might come in a lot of handy. Birds, seas, islands, it all makes sense. Runechanter's Pike finally equipped. This goblin is a 13-1 with haste. No bothering to attack though, we did fog the turn. Alright, Jori passing it off. It looks like, unless they have like a Vapor Snare or whatever that is, if they don't have any responses to us equipping, this should be pretty good. We should be able to do a lot. We'll put a counter on Arixmethes. Unfortunately, it's not the biggest creature right now by power. Thassa, God of the Sea. Our deck has blessed us. Okay, let's go ahead and start equipping things. Let's go ahead, equip the Mask of Avacyn to Arixmethes. Hexproof is very good. And then let's go ahead and play Thassa, God of the Sea. Let's equip the Mask to Arixmethes. Want to draw as many cards as possible so we have backup plans. And then let's go ahead and make him unblockable, because that will work out very well for us. To combat. Let's hit Jori first, and then we'll go over to Sidri, because they will be able to get through our defenses eventually, and I don't want to take that much damage. Damage is good. 14 commander, they are down to 8. Sidri might waste an attack on him at this point. We get 2 triggers, let's go ahead and do it. 3 cards, discard 1, seems pretty good. All is Dust and Island. Oh, let's get rid of All is Dust. That's not going to help us too much here. Narset's Reversal, that could be very good for us later. Damage is good. Play the Island. And let's pass it off to our opponents. Sidri's turn, Inventor's Fair will trigger. Let's hope Sidri takes the blood in the water and goes after Jori with everything. Only 1 mana available to Jori. They are super weak, super vulnerable, and exposed. I think this could be game, and we can swoop in and try kill Sidri. They do have summoning cards in hand, though, so not the best for us. Plus, they still have a tutor on Inventor's Fair we have to worry about. Bident of Thassa coming down for the Sidri player. That's going to be fun. Frankly, I think Bident of Thassa is, doesn't have the love it deserves. I think it's a pretty nifty card myself. Foundry Inspector coming back down for the Sidri player. Their artifacts will cost 1 less, rather. So, what will they do with it? Maybe nothing. Looks like they're heading off to combat. Let's see what happens. Oh, they passed through combat. Sad face. That means they're going to have a lot of stuff to attack us with if they can pay all the mana, and it looks like they will be able to attack us with at least a few things. I was really hoping they'd go after Jori. They're going to make us finish them off, which, to be fair, is a good move. It means they have to expend less resources. Jori's turn, speaking of Island, into play. Flood of Recollection. Return target insert a sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Exile Flood of Recollection. That's probably a Psych Rift. And we do not have double blue to put it back. Oh, this is so bad for us. Yeah, that's a Psych Rift. So bad. So much more setup now. Oh well, at least we can recast all the stuff and get our island back to being angry about stuff again. Unless Sidri has a counterspell. That would also be good. Up to the stack. Looks like they'll get another goblin and they'll be able to draw a card and draw a card. Psych Rift on Overload. They may get another goblin if they want to pay 1. That works for me. Had they saved it for the attack, we would have been in a lot worse shape. Now we can replay all of our stuff. Full hand. Look at that glorious full hand of Stoof. On the bright side, our Slumbering Isle only costs 4 to recast, so that works great for us. Plus, we can maybe use this to our advantage. We do have Swiftfoot Boots and Fleet Feather Sandals in the deck. Haven't drawn them. Maybe next turn. It won't really help, though. Runechanter's Pike going on to Jori. That's going to be a lot of commander damage. It is a 15-3. Wonder where they'll send it. If they send it at us, we always have Spires. So if they send it at Sidry, that's better for us. Yep, over to Sidry. Works for me. They are also tapped out, which makes me very happy that none of our stuff can be countered. Ooh, Pondify from Sidry. Bam! Jori N turns into an ape. There it goes. Nice. Comes our turn, we get Reliquary Tower. That is oddly beneficial. Let's go ahead and play it. Cast our commander again. Comes into play tapped, unfortunately, but you can't have it all. Alright, let's see. What all can we cast? I probably at least want Propaganda to come down. And then, I don't know. Let's explore, shall we? We do need to leave Spires up, because we won't have anything to defend ourselves with. Propaganda to the battlefield. Let's get a sleepy counter off the island. Mask of Memory also going to come back down. Another sleepy counter off. Mask of Avacyn back into play. And we'll pass it off to our opponent. Spire's still up to keep a big, nasty goblin or ape off of us. Works out for me. 2 counters left on our commander. Shouldn't be too hard to do anything with. Off to Sidry's turn. They have 11 cards in hand. And I think their commander, yeah, is still in their hand. So she'd be able to come back down along with all the vehicles. That works out. Buried Ruin into play for the Sidry player, followed by Soul Ring. Buried Ruin, if you have artifacts and you need a utility land, this card is pretty good. Foundry Inspector coming back down, makes sense to me. Sidry herself, again gracing the battlefield. Untethered Express coming back down. That's it for Sidry. Looks like they left some mana up for answers, we'll have to wait and see. Off to Jori N's turn, 9 cards in hand for them. Jori N coming back down. Only the second time it's been cast from the command zone this game. Interesting, very interesting. Land into play, it's an island. Runechanter's Pike on to the Goblin with haste. It is a 14-1. Goblin off into Sidry. Sidry activated to unequip the Runechanter's Pike. They do know it can work. Uh-oh, that's not good. Foundry Inspector in for the block. That means the Goblin will die in combat. Squish, there it goes. Docent of Perfection. Uh-oh. That's not good. They're going to have lots of tokens. Comes our turn. We get Simic Charm. Notably, the permanents we control gain hexproof until end of turn is what I like about it, but the rest isn't bad either. Plus, it's instant, so that works. Let's go ahead and play Thassa, God of the Sea. And then we will cast our Wondrous and Glorious Collective Restraint. And actually, I guess we can just go to combat. It doesn't need haste. So let's do that and make it unblockable and kill the Jori N player. Let's see if they have an answer for it. It's not hexproofed, it's not indestructible. Jori N down, 26 commander. Good game to them. That was pretty interesting. Lots of back and forth in this game, I like it. Second main phase, I don't think we do anything. I think we leave up Simic Charm, leave up Spires, pass it off to the Sidry player. Sidry's turn, Inventor's Fair will trigger. Inventor's Fair is getting cracked. They're going to get something from their deck. Let's see what it is. Hopefully it's not Aetherflux Reservoir. That would kind of suck. Mycosynth Lattice. Everything they have is an artifact in addition to its other types. Our guys are all artifacts. That means they can also destroy our lands, which is very unfortunate. Okay. Okay, that's, no, don't like it. Look at all of our glorious artifacts. So they can right now blow up 5 of our lands? That's not good at all. Sidry on the attack has to take it back. They do have to pay 4. Nope, they're just going to leave our lands alone for now. Alright, we get to Scry. Let's see if they have a response to that. Nope, Rampant Growth, don't need that right now. Let's put it on the bottom. We get Rapid Hybridization. Yeah, I think I want to use that. So, what we want to do, we have to play really carefully and we have to hit them at least twice. Let's bait out their responses. Let's go to combat. We will make it unblockable. Unblockable Island of Awoken Rage. Rawr, go. Okay, Sidry not doing anything that time. Let's see. If we let them untap, they can kill 2 more of our things. How many things do we have at instant? 3. So that's fine. Let's get down... I don't have enough blue mana, I don't think. But I think I want to get down the Primal Empathy. That way we can at least draw another card. So let's go ahead and do that. And that will leave mana up for both Reversal, Simic Charm, and if we need it, the Hybridization. Alright, let's just pass it off. Hopefully they're not going to immediately drop a bunch of stuff and be able to attack us. Ooh, Spires of Araska getting destroyed. Do I want to do anything about that? It is end of turn. Don't know if we can do anything about it. Nope, I guess we have to let it go, unfortunately. Oh, that's interesting. Because it's a flip card, it's a 2/2. Nice. Did not know that was a rules interaction. Interesting. So, in the comments, let me know if this is a thing or if MTGO is just glitching out. Spires of Araska and the flip lands apparently have a converted mana cost on the back. That, allows them to survive. Alright, looks like they're going to try to blow up the rest of our lands. Very rude of them. Let's go ahead and try to kill their commander. Seems okay. Get a response out of them that way, and then we'll do Simic Charm. We want to stack out as much as we can before they blow up the rest of our lands. Problem is, they'll probably just be able to do the rest next turn. And without blue, we can't make Arixmethes unblockable at the moment. Alright, they're trying to get our last island. Let's go ahead and do Simic Charm. Our permanents control, that we control gain hexproof rather. Hope that does something. Alright, they're trying to blow up another island. Nothing we can do about that. Island down. There goes another island. That's unfortunate. Also, we don't have removal for the Mycosynth right now, so that's also bad. It means we will probably be losing all of our blue sources on the next turn, not to mention most of our lands. So unless we draw an island and get super lucky, I don't think it's going to be enough. Alright, it's all clear. 2 of our islands destroyed. Only have 3 blue mana sources left. Sidri back to the command zone. I imagine they'll summon her and then destroy the rest of our blue sources, and then we're in a bad place. Unless we draw randomly Whisper Silk Cloak and still have 5 mana. Or an island. Anything would be great, really. Sydri coming back down. Let's see, they have 5 blue mana sources up. That means all of our blue sources plus 2 of our forests. So we will have 5 lands left. There goes all of our blue sources. 2 islands and the command tower down into the graveyard. Sidri on the attack. 7 cards in hand still, 3 mana available to them. Alright, they go through the turn. Time to get lucky. We have a few triggers. So we do get to scry and we get to draw and dig a little bit, so this will be nice. Oops, stacked it wrong. My bad. We draw Evacuation, not helpful. Rixskar's Expertise. That may be helpful. Also, let me reread Mycosynth. Okay, so it does say we may spend mana as though it were any color. I wanted to check on that because something was nagging me in the back of my mind. Let's keep... Actually, let's put it on bottom. Odds are we're not going to be able to survive long enough to cast that with the lands currently as they are. Return to Nature. You don't say. Let's go ahead and do it. Return to Nature. Destroy target... Oops. Undo. Almost hit the wrong mode there. Don't want to do that. Destroy target artifact. Thank you kindly. Mycosynth, you can go to the trash bin back to where you belong in the 9 hells of magic. Let's see if Sidri will blow up any of our lands. Alright. I thought it would give me a chance to respond, but now our guy can't be unblockable. That really sucks. Well, crap. Okay. I guess we just have to go on the attack then. Swing in a chain. Go. Actually, let's attack with Thassa too. We're pretty well protected from attacks for the moment. Yeah, I was waiting to respond so I could make him unblockable with the green mana because it said any color, but yeah, that didn't quite work out. Frog Lizard blocking the island. That works for me. They will take 5 from Thassa. That works out fine. Second main. Let's try to equip the mask to our Slumbering Isle and see what happens. We'll equip the Mask of Memory to Thassa, especially if it becomes unblocked all the time. Extra card draw is good. Leave up the spires and pass it off. Still irking me a little, I didn't get to respond. Maybe I clicked through it on accident. That's probably what happened. But I also wanted to make it unblockable, so I guess that just isn't going to work for now. Mask of Addison becomes unequipped because of Sidri. Mask of Memory becomes unequipped. That's fine. Let them spend the mana. To Sidri's turn, Rogue's Passage into play. They'll still have to pay 4 to attack us, and we can still target whatever they attack us with, which is nice. If they get the Mycosynth back, we can do the unblockable thing, and hopefully I won't mess it up this time unless it's skipped over and it's not my fault, but I think it's my fault. Or if we get an island, that'll also work. Dance of the Mans. Return up to X target artifact and or non-or enchantments cards, each with a converted mana cost X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. If it's X or more, those permanents are 4/4 creatures in addition to and they gave types. Up. We win the match. That's very lucky top good. Deck. I really hope they don't have haste. That would be really bad. Mycosynth, you're a creature. That also means we can possibly win. So that's really good. Alright, they're starting to destroy all our lands again. That is just very rude. Let me know in the comments what you think about Mycosynthitis. I think it's casual, but I also think it's just kind of rude. There goes our other land. I thought they had less mana, blue mana untapped. That is unfortunate. Oh well. So we're down to 1 land. That's unfortunate. We need 1 more land to make Arixmethes unblockable. Otherwise, we're just kind of sitting here in a stalemate, and they'll eventually overwhelm us. This could take a couple more turns at this rate. Comes our turn. I'm going to stack it right this time, I hope. There we go. Yep, definitely want to scry first before we draw. Island. Definitely keep that on top. And Temple of the False God. That doesn't help anymore, but Island. Fantastic. They are tapped out. Can't make Arithmetes a 4/4. Let's do it. Scrying helped. Extra card draw helped. But yeah, blowing up all our lands, uncool. Alright, here's the deck. In the deck, we do have Fleet Feather Sandals and Swiftfoot Boots. Those are both for the haste, I guess, but you don't necessarily need the haste, so what they're really for is the hexproof and the flying to give evasion and protection. Arixmethes really doesn't need the haste. It's going to be down. You have to cast spells to get it to be an active creature. It's not going to need haste. Like ever, you gotta cast stuff, and if you don't, it won't matter. So something like Champion's Helm may be better, but I do try to keep the deck's budget, and Helm is a really expensive card. There are other things that give hexproof like Mask of Avacyn. So there's other things that give hexproof, so that's not too bad. We also have Indestructible with Hammer of Nazan. It recently got reprinted in Double Masters. Price has come down. It's not exactly a budget card, but you get on there, it's indestructible, then everything else we drop is just going to be immediately attached. And hopefully by that time you build enough momentum with the Angry Island that you're just, hitting people. I did keep it down to where we still have to hit about twice, but I'm thinking of Fire Shrieker and Inquisitor's Flail. Inquisitor's Flail is not the best. Fire Shrieker is better, but they do deal double the damage so we can one-shot somebody, and I think that might be a viable option. Don't know what I'd take out for it just yet. For other evasion and protection, we do have Sword of Sinew and Steel. I always want to say Steel and Sinew. From Black and Red with relative effects, destroy a Planeswalker or an artifact. Pretty good. We also have Sword of Truth and Justice. Makes our guy bigger. Never necessarily a one-shot, but gives protection from blue and white, which is very relevant. Don't have a sword with protection from green in here. These are 2 of the cheaper swords. Although I did notice that Body and Mind is about as cheap as they are right now, so it's not budget, but if you want to pick one up, they're like 10 to 13 bucks. We also have Sword of Vengeance, which gives the trample, the haste, the vigilance, the first strike. Very good card generally. Not the best equipment ever, and it provides no protection, but it does provide vigilance, which is important for blocking, trample for evasion, haste to get going, I guess. Again, the haste doesn't really matter, but it also has first strike in case they want to try to kill the creature with like a double striker that has less power. Might replace it, haven't decided yet. We also run, because Pillow Fort's not great in green-blue, a number of fog effects. So Pollen Haze, Fog, we also have that free one, was it Obscuring Haze right here, if you control your commander. For protection, again, we have a lot of hexproof. We have Asceticism, we have Simic Charm, we have Void Grafter, a lot of reactionary protections, Lazotep playing. I didn't want anything that just kind of sat there besides Asceticism. It's already really good. Also saves you from Wraths unless it's Wrath of God. Final note of the deck, we do have some card draw. Rexgar's Expertise, Primal Empathy, Biden of Thassa does require us to hit somebody. Again, we're playing Tron. It won't be terribly hard. And then we have a removal suite. I do want to note, though, as backup, I do have 2 Infect things. I have grafted Exoskeleton, which will also be nice. Although in that game, it had been equipped to sacrifice our creature, and that's not great. And Corrupted Conscience, which you can use on an opponent's creature, which could also help you win the game. So anyway, here's the deck list. I didn't want to do like sea creatures. I didn't want to do combo. I was just like, I don't know, let's do Tron. Sure, why not? Seems to be working out. Anyway, if you saw any cards you want for your paper decks in this video, or if you're thinking about buying new sealed product that's coming, or you need some card sleeves, use the TCG Player affiliate link in the description below. Help out the channel. And I'll see you on the next video for this series with Arixmethes, the Slumbering Isle. Thank you for coming to Durdle with us today. Hit that subscribe button and go ahead and hit that notification bell so you're always up to date with our latest videos. Please leave a like and share the video with somebody who you might think is interested. We also post links to our videos on Facebook and Twitter at DurdleMTG. If those are the forums you choose to use, please check us out there. Until we can Durdle with some magic again, see you around.